Yeah. We are back, Colts Nation. Get ready because we are here to break down another Colts win. And we got some interesting things to say. So, with that being said, Sammy, bring us in.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. And Bill Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yes, welcome back. And before we get started, let's get into a word from our sponsors. The NFL season is rolling along, and the contenders are separating themselves from the pack. The one thing that hasn't changed this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, is the number one place to bet touchdowns. We don't care how they get them. We want to bet on touchdowns, and DraftKings is the best place to do it. Here's a reason for new customers to do a touchdown dance of their own. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's SICKSPORTS, all one word, no spaces. That's code SICKSPORTS for new customers to get $1,500 in bonus bets if your bet wins when you bet $5. Only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bet must win to receive reward. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
All right. Welcome.
What's happening, fellas?
What's going on with you? Welcome back to the Sick Podcast Anvil Show. Got a little bit of feedback. Okay, we're good. Clyde's having some technical difficulties, so excuse him for now. He'll be right back, people.
I don't think Clyde was done with his YouTube videos. What it was?
Might have been.
I don't know what he was watching, but sounded pretty cool.
Neither do I. But you know what? It was all I know is it sounded kind of distorted, and usually that's the beginning of horror movies. So we don't want to go ahead and get any further into that one. I want no parts. I want no smoke.
No, but our defense Sunday was horrid enough.
Yes, you know what? We're gonna get into that, Pat. I don't like the way you started that off, especially after a W. But you know what? Welcome to the Sick Podcast Anvil Show, where we come to you with everything Colts and make sure that like I said, we want you to be heard. So make sure that if you are watching from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, wherever you may be watching from, make sure that you're tapping in, like, commenting, sharing, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it because we had a win. And you know what? People are going to talk about the win any way they want to. But you know why I like it specifically? Because it's against those damn Patriots.
Absolutely.
A win against the Patriots is a great win. I don't care what their record is. I don't care if they're undefeated. I don't care if they're winless. Beating the Patriots it warms my soul. It just makes me feel so much better. So
you slept good Sunday night, didn't you?
Oh, I slept wonderfully. Wonderfully.
Now, before we get in the show, I'm going to tell everybody, do not take my attitude tonight as sour, even though we got the win. I have expectations of this defense that, to me, are not being upheld, and it's really, really ticking me off. Really ticking me off. I know we won, and I'm extremely happy that we won. I'm extremely happy with what AR did. But I'm probably going to go off on the defense tonight.
Ooh.
Just pre-warning you. But don't take it as sour, because it's more pissed off than sour. Just because I know what this defense is capable of, and they're not performing.
All right.
I'll leave it at that. Clyde's got to come back sooner or later.
No.
He gonna get mad at me. So.
No, we are on the right track here. If I'm being completely honest with you, because as it stands right now, I mean, you know what? We can be as honest and we can be as real as possible about this game, right? And like I said, we're gonna get into it some more, but we can just be honest and just summarize it right now. I mean, it really came down to AR having to play hero ball on the final drive of the game. I mean, I don't think either side of the ball really looked fantastic. I mean, it's just like the offense was good at best, but I mean that defense just wasn't good, and we can say that.
We can absolutely say that with just a pure number of missed tackles.
Oh yeah,
By not one, not two, but a handful of dudes that typically don't miss tackles. And I'm sorry, but if these players on both sides of the ball absolutely agree AR's our quarterback, AR's our future,
yeah.
why aren't you helping this man out? Why aren't you getting these tackles? Why aren't you getting off the field, getting him back onto the field? Why aren't you keeping that score down to where you're not playing hero ball?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Look, don't take me wrong, Chris, and anybody else out there. I'm extremely happy that we won. Any win's a good win.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of shit we got to clean up, especially now that everybody's throwing out all these playoff scenarios and all this other shit. If you even want to have a chance at one of these playoff scenarios, you better clean this shit up. You better start playing ball like you know how to friggin' play ball. And missing tackles is something you expect from your middle school team.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even expect it from high school kids.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's fair. And I think like we've seen this. I'm I hated watching it. I remember there was one play specifically where dude ran right up the middle, got past our D line, got past our linebackers, and Julian Blackman was the one who had to make the tackle once he got to the third level.
And how many times have me and you talked about this already? About why Julian and Nick Cross have so many tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're getting to the third level.
Yep.
And it's beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm there with you.
But we were coached. If you could put your hands on that guy, you can tackle him.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. There's absolutely no excuses. Now, again, you're running up and he goes past you and you're just getting a fingertip on him. Things like that, yeah. But they're letting these guys run through them. And I'm sick of seeing and I'm going to pick on Jalen Jones for a minute. The shoulder tackle. That shit don't work. Stop freaking doing it. Oh, I'm going to hit you with my shoulder and you're going to fall down. No.
Yeah.
You're not Ray Lewis. You don't have those kind of shoulders.
Yeah.
You ain't Dick Buckus. You don't have those kind of shoulders. You better learn to tackle fundamentally.
Oh, 100%. You have to be able to tackle, but that's the issue this team has right now. And the thing is, it's a big glaring issue because of the fact that teams are able to and it's crazy because this was the game that kind of signified exactly what we talked about last season, right? Because we talked about the fact that this team has set a team record for sacks, but they were letting up so many yards per clip that it almost seems like it's an inflated stat. And here we are, Drake May gets sacked 4 times, and yet they're converting at a high enough clip where it doesn't even matter at that point.
It doesn't matter. They moved the ball whenever and wherever they wanted to on us.
Oh,
now that I get, that I put on Gus. Yeah, because he's got to go. I'm sorry. He's got enough money in the bank. If he loses his job, him and his family's going to be just fine. This team needs to win, and it needs to start winning now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really, really hard to do week in and week out with his schemes.
Well,
You
100%.
can't be at 3rd and 21 and you're 25 yards off the ball.
Yeah.
Shit don't work that way, but he does it consistently. That's the only thing this man does consistently with his schemes.
Yeah.
Is be so far off the ball they can get a first down whenever the hell they want to.
Exactly.
And I know the players has got to be sick of it.
Well, I mean, so the thing is, I think there's guys that are, and I kind of posed this question today, and I hate doing the whole like apples to apples comparison, but you almost have to at this point. From what we've seen, let's just say from a team like Minnesota, for example, I can name 2 players on that team. I can name Dallas Turner because he just got drafted this year, and I can name Stephen Gilmore because, he was a guy that we had on our team, and I've just been tracking him since then. Outside of that, that is a defense that's a top 10 defense that is a scheme that gives you so many different looks on defense, you can't even call out exactly what it is. But it's a defense that has no major names. It has no. This isn't like a Hall of Fame defense. These are a bunch of guys that are put together in a defense that they're able to execute because of the fact that they're sending 6 sometimes. They're sending 7 at times. They're going and they're putting guys out at a high enough clip where you can go and you can try to call out their defense, but you're going to have a hell of a time. And that's what Brian Flores is doing. But the problem that we're having now is that not only is Gus Bradley's defense predictable, but you give these teams so much of a cushion that you allow them to. There's no reason why Drake May should have been able to complete 80% of his passes.
None.
There's zero.
Had the highest stat of his freaking life against us.
Yes.
That is embarrassing. Trevor Lawrence, every time we play him, looks like an 8-time MVP Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. And it's because of the scheme. And I'll tell you the difference with Minnesota's defense versus our defense, their scheme versus our scheme. Our scheme is designed by Gus for Gus.
Yep.
Flores' scheme is designed for the players. He takes the players' talents and he schemes around their talent. Gus doesn't do that. Gus says, this is the system. You will play it and you will be successful. No, it's not the way it works. Your schemes suck. Your game plan sucks. Your adjustments suck.
Yeah.
If you want to scheme, you scheme to the talent that you put on that field each and every time.
I don't want to scheme.
You got to scheme as part of the game.
I don't want to scheme. I don't even know what we're talking about.
You can't just run out there.
We're
Willie.
We're talking about the fact that Gus
Bradley sucks ass. That's what we're talking about.
Yes, Gus Bradley's scheme is similar to if you're playing Madden 03 and you pause the game. That's what our defense is. Right.
Great analogy.
Yeah.
Well, first off,
are you done with your YouTube video?
I wasn't watching the YouTube video. First off, thank goodness that we actually have a producer that takes care of all this, because this would have absolutely drove me crazy. And I remember the days when I tried to figure this stuff out. So appreciate you in the back. That's why it's great to have, a setup like we do. Now, what have I missed? Catch me up, because I have a lot to say. As you can see,
we're just bitching about Gus's scheme.
Oh, we're starting there? Okay, because I decided to start
it still
with this.
pisses me off, man. The talent we have on this defense, we should be wrecking dudes.
What's up?
Left and right, and not making a rookie quarterback or a sunshine quarterback look like an 8-time MVP Super Bowl champion. And that's what this damn scheme is doing to every single one of these quarterbacks that are trash. We should have ate friggin' New England apart.
Okay,
we didn't. We beat them by 1.
Eighting people apart.
Jesus Christ.
It's pretty ruthless. Let's slow down for a minute. Let's calm down. You are pumped up and I love it. Okay, here's the deal. All right, first I'm wearing last year's game in Frankfurt, because what better day to wear than when we beat their ass, because we still hate New England. But let's stay with the defense.
We talked about that too.
Couple things. Jalen Jones cannot fucking tackle. Now, Chris, you absolutely went on the ledge for this guy a couple weeks ago. I'm not here for that anymore.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa, whoa,
Wait,
whoa.
hey.
That's nasty work.
Hey,
That's nasty work. That's
hey.
nasty work.
Hey. Here's what I need from you right now, sir.
That is
I need
disgusting.
you to go back and watch clips of him just throwing shoulders. I don't even want to call it making business decisions, because I still think once you make a business decision, there's still a little bit of effort that goes into that. He's not even putting effort in. Like, at what point is shoulder going to knock anybody down? I don't know. So let's start with
that's
that.
what we were saying earlier. Jalen Jones was the first one I brought up about that damn shoulder tackle shit. He don't have Ray Lewis shoulders. You ain't going to knock nobody down throwing a shoulder into him.
The effort is off.
You don't have Dick Butkus shoulders. You ain't going to tackle with your friggin' shoulder. So you learn to tackle properly. Use the fundamentals that you've been taught since friggin' Pee-wee.
Now, to your point, this whole retreat defense that we're playing, like I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, bro. Like, you can listen to the announcers, and I'm driving back across the highway. My wife's driving us back home because we were in Alabama for the holiday, and I'm trying to watch with terrible connection all the way 5G LTE, right? That's another topic, but in America, there should be nowhere where I can't get fucking cell phone service in 2024. What is wrong with the world when I can't get cell service driving across the highway? But anywho,
if you get that Starlink, you wouldn't be pitching.
Well, no, because never mind. We're not even going to talk political views of Elon Musk. Anyway, stand on top. Yeah, because Elon Musk, everything he does has an agenda, and I'm not giving him access to my brain. But anywho,
he's already got it.
Yeah, probably staying on task.
Clyde's gonna be getting the text. Too late, bro. I just got you.
Facts. If you have an X or Twitter handle, he's got your brain. Probably.
That's your problem now. That's why he has access to your brain. He got you calling their ex. Like, that's what you get. Like, his mom called him Cash. I'm calling him Cash. Like, hey
man, let me make my damn point.
No, absolutely
let me make
not.
my damn point. I see he's tapping into my shit right now. I can't even think. The AI is generating something for me. Tell me, chat.
Eli's watching. Hey, President Trump, watch this. Clyde freezes. I freeze.
I already came on freezing. Y'all had to take me out because I was fucking needing a reboot.
I'm telling you, Clyde gonna get off this podcast. He's gonna be like, I want a Cybertruck now.
I got it. Like, that's me. Like, remember Max from my era? Like, I got that guy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. The MTV dude. Okay, let me calm the fuck down. Where was I at? This retreat defense. Oh my God. So here's the issue, man. Like, no kidding, bro. Like, you can hear the commentators talking about it's 3rd and 2. Why are the Colts playing at 5 yards in depth? I have no idea why we feel it doesn't matter who's on the field, receiver wise. I think we feel that anybody can beat us deep. Because this is the only reason why you play like this. This is the only way you play every week with the, like, talking about giving up the explosives. Everybody's not explosive.
No, definitely.
Believe it or not, there's a lot of dudes in the NFL that are just regular dudes. And by letting them be regular dudes, we actually make them great regular dudes because they just run free. They literally just run free. Without thinking. Who the hell plays receiver for the fucking Patriots, bro? Who?
Plumbers.
Exactly. That's my point. Hunter Henry has been a concussion case for the last 5 years, and we let him have a great day. I'm not doing this shit. I can't. Who plays running back for New England?
Ramondre Stevenson. I only know
who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
Antonio Gibson.
And he was on Washington.
I'm not doing this shit. I'm not doing this shit, man.
Let me do this first and foremost. First and foremost, you're not gonna slander my good name with that Jalen Jalen Jones quote.
Hey,
because damn you, I did not say. I gave him props for having a well played game.
No,
and mind you, I have been at it with Pat since going to training camp about the fact that we needed a veteran corner, and all he said was that
how many weeks ago was that? Because next week we go Thursday, we go clip you up.
We're
gonna clip your ass up.
Clip it.
We're gonna clip you up, and he's gonna be like, "Hey, I'm Chris, and I'm Jalen Jones Pro. Vote for me."
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You are
Speaking of,
okay.
It's not heaven.
No, we're not doing
But
that
he's
because, like I
my
said, I've been
brother.
talking about veteran corner, and then Pat's been over here talking about, well, why do we need somebody who's 35-year-old cornerback? Nobody said that, Patrick. Okay, I never said that, Patrick. When I said
That's
veteran,
all that's out there in free agency.
Shout out to Adam J. Adam J. said something amazing. He's like, "Nah, man, he's playing just about as good as a starting 7th rounder should be playing." What the fuck? That is classic. He's playing as about great as a starting 7th rounder should be playing.
But that's the
great
tough part
context.
because the crazy thing is, if he does well, he's playing above what a 7th rounder should. But if he's not playing well, he's playing at the level that you believe a 7th rounder should.
I feel like we discussed this.
Yes.
I don't know how it wasn't necessarily about Jalen Jones, but it was like we fall to the mercy of what we see. So it was when Grant Stewart had a game of games, 18 tackles, whatever.
Talked about,
And it's like, oh my God, now Grant Stewart is the future fucking linebacker because he had an 18 tackle game. Like, those things are scary, bro. They're scary.
We talked about this because the thing, like I said, it's the conditioning, and I remember specifically, it's the conditioning that we have to deal with as Colts fans. We bring up a guy that's a 7th rounder or that's an undrafted free agent, and you know what? There's a guy that's about to possibly leave in terms of contracts, Bobby O, and then all of a sudden EJ Speed has a good couple of games. We're just like, oh yeah, EJ Speed will be good to replace him, and then he's good for a decent amount. And then all of a sudden he starts sucking. But then, pause. Whoa. but then EJ Speed has not been playing well, and he hasn't been tackling. And then Grant Stewart comes in with 19 tackles. Somebody else who's a 6th round pick. And then we're just like, you know what? Grant Stewart's our guy. No, you're not going to trick us this time, okay? We like you, Grant Stewart. We know that you're Timu, Troy Polamalu. We get that. But we're not going to do this thing where we're just saying, no, Grant Stewart is the future.
A couple things. Timu, Troy Polamalu is absolutely heinous work, but I like it. And to our lovely sister, Sarah Acosta, we are sorry for slandering Fluffy, but it's scary to think that these are the things that happen within our organization, and then before you know it, these guys are wearing C's, they are starting, they're getting mid-tier contracts, and you're like, what? Wait, we still needed a linebacker, we still needed a cornerback. No one said promote this guy. It's like putting Pat in charge or something. Like, no one said promote him. He's a great worker, good guy. I'm sorry, Pat. I thought you were going to go with that. Are you offended?
No.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think. I'm just kidding.
Look, you guys aren't wrong with this 7th round stuff, and I don't mind giving everybody a chance. You got to see what they can do in live action, because you're not. When was Zaire drafted? 7th round.
Shit, here you go, Pat.
Nobody's talking about that 7th round pick with the C on his chest.
Well, I have been.
You didn't listen to the show last week, did you?
I did not.
I did
not. I had baby. I had baby dude. Bullshit. I listened as much as I could
because Chris was on Zaire's head.
But that's what we know, because the thing is we haven't addressed linebacker since Bobby left, and he left 2 years ago.
Nasty work.
And the thing is, what have we done? Who have we actually brought in to possibly supplement or do anything in regards to linebacker? We've brought in nobody. We got Segan Alubi. We have Grant Stewart, who's a late round pick. And so the thing is, we're essentially trying to take special teams linebackers,
Christopher, stop it.
And saying that these guys should automatically be starters because they're doing good on special teams.
Stop it right now.
Are not the same thing.
First off, here's the deal. No, you're 100% right. And it's scary. But Pat also said, we got to see what people got. He was an advocate for Sam Ellinger once. So Omaha him. Now, on to the real shit. Okay, here's the deal.
It's the reaction.
Gotta see what you can do, man.
No, because this is the problem. This is the problem with the current personnel that we have. there's key pieces that have to be on the field. We understand that. Like Kenny Moore is a key piece that has to be on the field. But the problem with this defense is it's a primary 4-2-5. In order for this to work, I feel like we need to bring in a DC that's more comfortable in a 3-4 set so that we can kind of roll a 3-4 into a 3-3-5. These are college-based defenses. I get it. Like 3-3-5s, 4-2-5s are primarily college defenses based on how people spread you out. But a lot of that is in the NFL now. But in order to keep Kenny on the field, I feel like you have to have that primary 3-3-5 set because whoever alternates as that third linebacker or fourth lineman would then allow him to still operate with a third backer. So ultimately, we know, I think Latu can rush from all stances.
Yes.
He doesn't need to have his hand in the ground, and he did a lot of that at UCLA. So if we were playing, but see, the problem is we don't have all the true techniques for that because you need a monster of a person to be in a 3-4. You need a Gilbert Brown run stuffer 300 and 1,000 pounds to just be big and heavy in the middle. Pause. That's wow. Anywho, you need a guy to be, taking. I don't know. You need a dude in the middle. That's kind of wild. Jesus Christ.
All that just to bring it right back. Great job, Clyde.
Anyway, I think that if we bring in a person that has the mind, a defensive mind that is changing with how the game is changing, but also understands how to implement the players that we have. Because we cannot reset like putting Kenny as a specialty type nickel. He's way beyond that. So he's got to be on the field. But like I've said, to stop the run, you have to have true personnel to stop the run. And all of our backers are undersized. We don't have a Fred Warner out there that's 250 pounds running around with speed and can cover. We don't have that. EJ and Zaire are both smaller linebackers. And then when you bring in Grant, another small linebacker, we don't have traditional linebackers who that's why we're getting fucking ate up. I'm trying to tell you, guards are always on our linebackers. You never see them get like free, like, okay, you got chewed up by the, defensive tackles and boom, here we are stopping you at the line of scrimmage or the point of impact. No, never. It's tackle these dudes after they're 6 yards down the field, 7.
But
8.
that's also, and that's also going back to what we talked about in the very beginning. That's also speaking to where we are scheme wise, because the thing is, even if you have guys who are undersized, depending on how you're able to scheme, you're able to just move in a way where you can go ahead and bring guys in, frequently have motion, frequently have things going on where guys just aren't standing there stationary waiting for the play to start. And so if we are able to do that, then fine. But the thing is, we don't have the personnel that you need. There's no Bruce Irvin back there who's going to be able to just hit somebody. There's no KJ Wright. There's no Bobby Wagner. There's nobody that was in that Legion of Boom that you can go and say is even remotely close to what you have now on this team for you to be running the exact same defense that you ran back in 2013.
It's archaic, man. It's archaic. It absolutely has no substance. We don't have the right personnel. We got a lot of great players that I think individually have performed outside of the defense. Like that's what I always say. It's personnel over scheme or whatever I call it. I can't remember because
talent over scheme.
Talent over scheme. Yeah, a lot of that has happened when it comes to effort and sacks and forced fumbles and all the things that we've done over the past couple of years in this defense. But it's time to move on. And I'm trying to tell you right now, it's not even about saving jobs if you're Chris Ballard or whoever, or Shane Steichen. It's about what is the true reality of how you guys view, like, how do you keep saying the defense played well? Like, how do you keep saying that? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, you can look at numbers and you can kind of say, well, this guy individually performed well and all this, but look at how many times repeated efforts come out the exact same. 3rd and 2, what are we going to do? Hey, Gus, why are they 4 yards? Never mind, first down. 31. What are we doing, Gus? Never mind, first down. Like, how many times are you going to accept that as the HC and the GM? I just can't watch this shit no more.
Well,
and it's saddening because I know this defense can produce so much more. I know they can. Even with the ones we got, even with the shortcomings of EJ Speed, the shortcomings of this guy, that guy, I get it. This defense is talented, but it just seems like they're on an island by themselves because they're stuck in this fucking Gus Bradley scheme.
It's vanilla, man. It's vanilla ice cream.
You can call my wife and ask her. I told her at halftime that the best move that Shane Steichen could have made is in front of everybody. Rip Gus's ass. You fucking suck. If they get one more fucking yard, you're not back on the plane with us. You can fucking walk.
Okay, Pat. Let's pump the brakes. I mean, there isn't a who's that guy?
It's a lot of F words there. I apologize.
But who was the guy that used to do that?
Who's who?
Who was it? Jerry Glanville? Jerry Glanville, baby. There's not a Jerry Glanville in the league anymore. Oh,
well, we need it.
The other guy too. Who's to coach the Oilers?
Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan was a wild man too. I mean, that's a different era.
Look what they produced.
Mike Ditka, insane on the sideline.
Look what they produced.
I mean, no, you're not wrong. I think the problem is, though, again, like, I mean, there's a lot of people who talk about this, but it's the culture that we breed. I mean, here's something that I don't know. We should hold on. We should switch gears for a minute because I'm tired of talking about defense. Let's talk about the kid, number 5, AR5. Did you see when he was upset?
Yes.
And what that looked like?
Yes.
I didn't. I was radio most of the game, so no.
Okay. Yeah. So
I wish you would have clipped that one. Oh my God, we didn't send any clips in.
Well, you can't clip it because
you can't. It's a video, and there was no audio to it. But basically, it was people weren't getting ready, and this was in a hurry up because I believe there was 30 seconds left at that particular time, and whoever it was that wasn't, I think it was AD Mitchell. AD Mitchell wasn't getting set, and AR, you could see him visibly like, yo, like, let's go, get your shit together, get on the line. Like, he's directing him. And that right there was like, that's that shit that we've been waiting for.
That's
because
what we need.
Because the thing is, it's just like, don't just go ahead, just hurt. It's just like sense of urgency. Like, clearly there's a sense of urgency when you're aware of the time, but then you're also aware of the situation you're in. And that right there is like, that's one of those mental things that we talk about with AR.
No, big facts. Like, and I think that is key to like leadership, right? Because too many times for the longest that I can remember, we've just watched negative plays or bad situations just really come down to a snap of the finger, a hand snap, a shoot. I gotta do better. Like, nobody's actually playing with like, nobody's like getting into it like with somebody. Like, sometimes that controversy, brothers or not. I mean, if you got a brother, that's usually how y'all treat each other. You love them to death, but like, how many times you put them in a headlock? How many times you slap them across the head? Like, and so what I'm saying is, when we've had a play, when we've had a chance or an opportunity, and we're just going to be like, dang, and then we'll get it next time. Like, that only goes so far. Like, we're in a time of the season now where every snap matters because there's only 4 games left. And guess what? We are clawing for that last position, and we're down 2 games now. Because the fucking Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Jameis Winston want to just play pick 6. Take it. You got it. Yay. Like, what the fuck? So anyway.
You're a couple of years late on that one. It's
Cleveland
Browns and Jameis Winston.
What did I say? Tampa Bay Bucks?
You said
my fault. Yeah, I'm still having nightmares from when he threw all those picks against us and still beat us some kind of way. Remember that? Remember Darius takes it to the house?
He didn't beat us that game.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They beat us that game.
On the last drive. Or maybe even OT. It was before they changed the OT rules.
Yeah,
I thought we won that one.
No,
we didn't win that
one. We were up big.
No, we won that one. We won against Tampa Bay last year.
Yeah,
the last time we went to Tampa, I believe that was 2019 or 2020.
Yeah, that's when Darius had like 2 pick sixes.
Well, he had 1 pick six and a
punch out.
Yeah,
Darius had a huge game,
and we still fucking found a way to lose. That was under Eberflus, though. That was nasty work, too.
And whoever's on friggin' Twitter saying, bring Eberflus back.
Yes, please stop it. We're on the offensive side of the ball.
I'm just going to ask you nicely right now to shut the fuck up.
Okay, Pat. Moving on, because we're on the offensive side of the ball. First off, here's what I'm going to say. We're not talking trenches with you no more, because your trench talk is shit. Okay? So whenever we say, tell us how to win the game, Pick anything else. I don't care what you pick. Pick wear the right clothes to the stadium, but you will not talk about trenches.
Okay.
Sick and tired of hearing that shit.
Whatever you say, boss.
All right, good job. All right, that's DEI. You're doing well. Okay, so there we go. Now we're talking AR5. We're talking to kid. Now, so here's again going back to what we talked about last week in Detroit. You pray almost that every pass is completed because everybody can't wait to jump on the completion percentage. And today, last game's total yards, only like 109 through the air or whatever. But the kid attributed for 3 touchdowns total. Had 2 picks. We'll get to those. But it's just like, even Dan, like what Dan Orlovsky was saying, like, quit getting caught up in stats. I'm tired of having these back and forths on X and Facebook about the stats and people laughing it off. Oh, he was 50%. Did it, bro? We have some of the most incompetent pass catchers. Kylan Granson is shit. I'm sorry, Pat. He got a good heart. He gives books to children, all the things. Catch the damn football.
Gotta go.
Catch the football, Kylan.
At this point, gotta go.
I don't even know how to deal with all the things that they were talking about. AR, all his ball placement. He doesn't have touch. He's not getting guys in the opportunity. He's doing nothing but dropping dimes since the Jets game. These things are boom, and they're just AD Mitchell. He was so aggressive when he was at Georgia, so aggressive when he was at Texas. You get in the league and then you're just like, oh, this is easy. No, he's not going to hit my elbow. Nah, I got this. Boy, go up there and catch that.
Yes.
You got to step, but go meet the ball and secure it. And then let him tackle you to the ground or whatever. Like
he's always got a step or two on everybody. This kid can get separation. He's just got to get used to getting hit. Know it's coming.
Oh my God!
Catch that damn ball, and that kid would be friggin' a superstar.
We knew that this tight end room was going to be probably one of our worst units.
They're not even mid.
But the thing is, I didn't think that we first saw that they would be this damn bad.
It's apocalyptic.
And the crazy thing about it is that it's you know what's the wildest part about like that whole, like, with people who want to harp on completion percentage, because even the people who don't like AR or they don't want AR on the team because their girlfriends like other dudes, like they basically want to go and act a certain way because we're talking about completion percentage, and then they bring up people talking about Jameis Winston or Will Levis or whatever. I'm just like, Jameis Winston threw for almost 500 yards last night, but he also gave the Broncos 14 points. So do we really care about yardage, and do we really care about completion percentage? Because people have also used Will Levis has done this. Yeah, Will Levis has also thrown multiple pick six this season. And if not for the fact that the Houston Texans were completely incompetent the weekend before this past weekend, then they would have lost because of the fact that Will Levis decided that he was going to throw a pick six and then run with his head down at a 90-degree angle like some type of awkward turtle. So for the people who and this is me specifically, because the thing is, it's clear that there are people who will just go and harp on just stat lines. If you read stat lines and you're not watching the game in real time or not going back to watch the game, to break down film, to go look at these different things, then your opinion is about as existent as Manti Te'o's girlfriend from Notre Dame. It's just not like it's like your opinion is absolute garbage. Yeah, I know. It's just like, go figure. Imaginary friends unite everywhere. Like what the but the thing like here's what we've seen. Here's what we've seen up until now, right? So we've seen that ever since AR has come back.
Yeah, get a step.
We've seen improvement. We've seen improvements in footwork. We've seen improvements in terms of his cadence, in terms of him being able to operate the offense at a high enough clip where we don't have to sit there and just worry about, okay, well, is he going to be able to get through it? Are there some passes that aren't accurate? Sure. And that's fine, because that's where we are right now. But we also have to just be as I'm going to say we have to be as objective as possible when we say, if you're watching these games, since he came back from the tap out, benching, whatever you want to call it, if you're watching these games and you're not seeing the improvement and all you want to say is completion percentage, then I don't know what else to tell you except for the fact that you just don't like dude. And that's fine if you don't want him on the team. But guess what? He's here until he's not.
Okay,
Like,
so here we go. So per Zach Hicks, to all your points, since returning, 5th highest graded QB in PFF. Now I know how people only want to use PFF when they want to use it, but 5th highest PFF passing grade. He's 19th in EPA. Previously, he was 33rd. He has a 5.6 pressure to sack ratio, which is the best in the NFL. And now we've known that he has been under fire, but he finds a way to get the ball off. He finds a way to fight guys off. And last but not least, he's second most rush yards, most rush TDs, and most yards after contact among all quarterbacks since returning.
Yeah.
So to your point, now, again, everybody's going to say, oh, why don't he just play running back? Like, there's so many trolls on so many different levels, and it just doesn't even make sense anymore. So we're talking about a kid who, okay, he gets benched, tap out. Oh, my God, he's not NFL ready. And in his return, 2 out of 3 games, he's led a game-winning drive. Oh, and on the road, by the way. Both on the road, by the way. And I think that is being absolutely forgotten about. So, again, hell yeah, I want to see AR each and every game with 250 yards, 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no TOs, whatever. All that will be great. But that's when you're only thinking about him as a passer. Like I said before, Pat, what have I been saying? Make him a football player.
Make him a football player.
And since Shane Steichen has decided to make him a football player, things have absolutely gone sky high in the upward region for this kid. Because, I mean, yeah, he's protecting himself. We've seen multiple times. He's finished runs when he had to, but he's sliding in the open field. Got me 5, got me 6, I slid. Oh, I went around a corner. Oh, I got 9, 10, stepped out of bounds. No, we got to have this. It's 3rd and got to have it. It's 4th and got to have it. We're on the goal line. Okay, I'm going to get it. I ran over a little DB, spiked the ball. Let's run off the field. Like, he is doing exactly what everybody's asked. Protect yourself, kid. Protect yourself, kid. And he's done that. And shout out to number 64. Mark Lewinsky came back, and it's like he never even missed a beat.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Like I said this, even when I was still on Indie Boys and early on in our days on this podcast, Pat, I was like, who would have thought that we would miss Mark Lewinsky and what was our left tackle for 10 years that retired?
Anthony Costanzo
as much as we did after they left. This guy comes back, hasn't played ball all year, and didn't miss a beat.
Yeah.
Dalton Tucker, maybe you can see if you can hold the field goals or something, buddy, but you don't have any more justification to see the football field. Shout out to Danny Pinter. Danny Pinter is center, and you and Acosta have talked about this, vehemently in the past, that he is much better at center than playing either guard.
Yes.
And so here we are. I mean, Ryan Kelly, you on the shelf. Tanner's on the shelf, and we're down to our 3rd center, and Danny damn Pinter played his tail off.
Bordellini's solid.
He is solid.
It's
shout out to Matt too, going Clive, because guess what? Maybe left tackle ain't your spot. Kick him over to right. Pretty damn solid. I mean, like Braden Smith. I don't know what you got going on, boss. It's all personal at this point. It's not a true injury. I don't know, but the kid played great.
So, and this is what Chris was talking about earlier too. All these players, they've been interviewed, and AR's our guy. We believe in AR. Well, then friggin' do something and help him out. Defense, get off the damn field. Help him out. Stop the points from climbing every time the opposing team's offense is on the field.
It's almost
help this kid out. Your O-line, help this kid out. Your receivers, help this kid out. Tight ends, catch the damn ball. Help this kid out.
But he
needs some friggin' help.
But let's also we can be as honest as possible, because the thing is, a lot of these guys, they don't have a sense of urgency, or they don't have that fire under their ass for them to go out there and make sure that they're firing on all cylinders 100% of the game. And it's because of the fact that they understand exactly what it is. They understand exactly what the mentality is, and they know that they know that they're safe. They know that there's safety. Like, a lot of these guys, they understand that, you know what? I know that I'll be good as long as I show up to the next community event. I think I'll be able to go ahead and be in old daddy's good graces. I think we'll be able to do that. When this team, and mind you, right now, I think AR and maybe Big Q, because Big Q on that 2-point conversion, he made sure that he came through and he just plowed that way for AR to go ahead and get in there. And I think even so, we saw the third formation of O-linemen for AR since he came back, with him having to operate under. And this guy, and he's 2-1 under there, mind you, with the only loss being to the Lions, who right now the Lions are running through damn near everybody in the league. So I mean, if we're being honest, we're not going to have a sense of urgency until people understand that this team right now, in order for you to make sure that you're making it to your next check, and even if you made it to your next deal, that shit ain't ironclad. Ain't no guarantees.
Yeah, because the league is on notice, man. Like 5 is putting the league on notice, and again, it's not on notice in the sense of, oh my God, his last 3 games he's thrown for over 1,000 yards combined and 7 touchdowns. It's nothing like that. It's the fact that, hey man, he can make every throw, which was a question. He's learning every aspect of throwing, touch, precision, those things. I mean, look at the confidence, and I'm going to give, because I've been very difficult in the Shane Steichen world over the last month. I told you a lot of times I might have been off the whole Shane Steichen train. I think that was done, and I'm going to give him all of the kudos in the world, because what a hell of a gutsy call after actually calling 3 bonehead plays. It's 4th and goal. You got to have it. And you're throwing a crosser with a guy that, quote unquote, doesn't have touch, quote unquote, isn't accurate. And Alec Pierce, for all that he's done this year, short yardage ain't really his skill set. Like, this is the play. And I mean, it is perfection. Perfect pass, perfect catch. Yeah. And then without even thinking about it, no call timeout, don't get all nervous. We're going for 2. I've already put it in my mind. We're going for 2. Let's get out of here. We're going to win. And hey, I'm willing to accept whatever they say if it doesn't happen. Well, why don't you just kick the field goal and go to overtime? No, we're going for 2. And when it works, it works. You're a hero.
Why would you go for overtime? Your defense couldn't get off the field.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Guaranteed they're scoring.
Drake May, solid quarterback. Bo Nix, another solid quarterback. But when I say solid, that doesn't mean complete. These are rookies. They have tons of shit to improve on. I mean, you look at Bo Nix last night, and if you only look at how many yards he threw, how many touchdowns, you'd be like, oh, dude had a great game. But he was barely 50%, which means he was missing all over the place.
Yes.
But shout out again to Sean Payton, because that's just the way he plays. Like he did it with Drew Brees. We're going to throw this damn ball. Mm-hmm. So I say that to say, these are the 2 guys that you have on your plate next. We just finished with Drake May. He just cut us up for over 300 yards, or whatever the fuck that was. Bo Nix will absolutely, because I think he has a better pass catching bunch. If we plan this shit, Bo Nix will have an Oregon day on us. Like, damn, this kid threw for 485, 5 tutties. Like, what kind of video game numbers is that? Because Gus Bradley is going to sit here and say, don't let nothing behind you. Don't get beat deep. Bro, matter of fact, get beat deep once or twice. Who fucking cares? But at least come up and be aggressive. Get these guys off of their routes. Make some contact within those 5 yards. Like, just stop falling back to a landmark and then coming up and then shouldering people. I'm sick of it. We're not even talking about defense. Let me own myself.
I got something else that you guys.
Let's get ready to get out of here. Stay on task. Give me 2 to 5 minutes. That's what we're gonna we got rollers up
AR JT combination. We talked about it all off season. What the massive implications were going to be to the opposing defense. I'm sorry, I've not seen it. That O-line's got to give JT a couple yards so he can do his thing.
Okay, well, to that point, it's pretty vanilla too. Like
Yes.
we're not doing anything exotic.
No,
I felt like we would do more exotic things. Like,
and you're not confusing nobody with the talent that you got with just those two guys on your team
the sweep
can
that JT
transform
ran.
the whole game, and you
Well,
don't do nothing with them.
Okay, tell me the last time you seen a JT sweep outside of the one he ran on 3rd and goal. As the first JT sweep I seen,
I
I can't
can't.
even tell you.
I can't.
There's nothing off tackle. It's either fucking RPO up the gut or nothing. like that's what it's been, bro. And I'm like, okay, I get it. JT is a sizable back, speed, power combination, but he's not Derrick Henry. Like, give him something on the edge. Like, let's run an option toss. Like, let's get exotic with this because he has the skill set to do that. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Since we're bringing people back, somebody whisper in the ear and just see who and where and if Nyheim Hines is being used anywhere. Because if he still has 80% of what he was when he was here, and then you put him in the backfield with Anthony Richardson, good night. Nah, what?
This one I went out of the draft. There's a couple kids I'm watching right now. I'm keeping my draft thoughts to myself right now.
Matter of fact, no.
You want to pair JT up? I got somebody for you. We'll get into that when coming towards the draft.
No, we're not.
We need better.
No.
No. I don't want to hear about the damn draft.
You're gonna hear it.
No.
Well,
draft.
here. So so you know what? We're
draft.
I'm going to say this. I will only want to talk about the draft if certain people that don't share my first name are the GM.
I don't ever want to talk about the draft. I'm tired of it.
That's the only one.
There's only 2 kids I want in the draft, and they play the same position. Tight end.
Tyler Warren and Fanine.
Who?
Tyler Warren and Fanine.
No, not Tyler Warren. Fanine, yes. But Colston Loveland.
Okay, yes, Lovely. Yes. Okay, gotcha.
That's because I'm a Michigan fan. I'm a homer.
Okay, yeah. Then enough's enough. Okay, let's go ahead.
Let's not even discuss that because
yeah.
we're running out of time, and
yeah,
the thought of the draft gives me hives.
Okay, that's fair.
Because you've mentioned it too many times.
Too
many fucking times.
I don't want to see you guys at the combine. Stay the fuck home.
Yeah, I will. So
good.
What?
Stay home. Because I'm lining up interviews now.
Oh, okay. Is that the dangle?
Yes, it is.
Well, you know what?
I got you.
Because guess what? Unless it's a goat, I'll probably be at the crib. Yeah, I'm talking about. So then there's that.
I got it.
All right, man. Let's get ready to get out of here. It's bye week. I don't even think I'm going to watch football this weekend because who cares?
I am.
I care.
I mean, everybody that needs to play that's important to our success is on bye week. Houston,
true.
Denver, Baltimore, all of them on bye week, bro.
Us.
So, yeah, the games would be games, sure. But, I mean, for anything that could potentially go our way and favor us and make coming out of week 14's bye, like, that much more interesting, like, the only thing that's interesting is the fact that that all the teams in our way have tough schedules except for us outside of the Denver game.
Well, yeah, I think also I think Houston is going to be another one.
Tumultuous.
Are they on?
And I'll tell you this about
they're on a bye week too.
Okay.
This is my pre-lead into Thursday's show. If we can get off the field in Denver, we can beat them guys easy.
Oh, Pat, come on, man!
I'm telling you.
You know what?
That's my prelude into Thursday.
If I knew what Santa Claus was bringing me, why would I wait for Christmas? Like,
well,
what the fuck are you talking about? If don't ever start anything with if.
You know what Santa's bringing you.
I don't, honestly, because I don't ask for it.
Same thing he brought you last year.
If Santa is Gus Bradley, then he's bringing me some soft zones.
Big balls. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
All right, here it is, man. Last but not least, let's do these Twitter handles or Xers or whatever you want to call it. Chris, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter because that's what his mama named him.
AI brain.
At CJ Colts fan. Okay, and I'm not getting a chip implanted into my mind like the next sir that's going to go now, Clyde.
All right. You can find me on the X at Colts Clyde, but I guarantee you, when Elon takes over the Doge and they get government efficient, Chris is gonna be like, "You can find me on X." And he's like, "What's wrong with his eyes? Why are they twitching?"
However, if Doge goes up, all good.
Oh, big time. If
Oh,
Doge goes
now
up,
you're fans.
it's a sick podcast. We rich edition, baby.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like go. Hey, you won't. Hey, you won't know whether I'm rich or not, but the signs will be there. I'm gonna put the gold-plated Gators up on the desk. It's just like that's what it's gonna be.
Hey, we're going to do some mutiny there, Jim Irsay. We want to buy the team.
Exactly.
How you feel about that? All right, Big P, where you at?
You can find me on the X at Big P Colts. Greatest X handle ever.
First off, let's Omaha you really quick because there's a lot that just happened right now. You threw up the X like exhibit. I don't even know. That's
that's Brian looking at.
That is extreme nasty work. And then you said your handle is the best one ever.
Best
completely.
One ever. I had to start combating you and your negativity.
All right, boys. Any parting shots?
Yeah, Gus Bradley needs to go, and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Not gonna happen, but I like the thought. Pat,
the Anvil's still undefeated in the tailgate.
And we don't have one this week, so
not this week, but no, we're still undefeated tailgate.
We don't have one for 2 weeks. Matter of fact,
that's all right. We're still undefeated. Damn it!
What are you even talking about?
Take the information and run with it. Don't question it.
Take us home because I don't even know what he's talking about.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Anvil Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.